But no, Beth, your goes crashing down. Determination, the suffering, the ability to... And she's unleashed everything in this attack. See just how much that win means to him. All the marbles. Kayla versus Allison, and to the line. Kayla Laguna takes the victory.
Hey everyone, this is CVRcade Racing for Thursday, Zone T, the run-up to the World Cup happening next week actually is when it starts, so that's going to be a blast for everyone. Today we have 4 races, 1 low skill and then loads of high skill, 3 high skills to end it out. I know there's some long ones in there, but before the racing starts, I think I want to talk to Daniel, who was in this on Tuesday. He had some technical difficulties, but came back and helped his teammate Luis win last time we streamed. So I just want to see what his mindset is going in today. I know Luis isn't here, but Homer is. So I just want to see what he thinks is going to happen, if he has a game plan or if he's solved all the technical things.
All right, yeah. I definitely will never be done solving technical problems, such as the ways of computers. But as for tonight, it's going to be try and work with Homer as much as possible, see what we can do, play everything by ear. I mostly just want to keep practicing on focusing on my own races and crashing less and just racing a little bit better and smarter than I have been.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Make sure you keep that turn that num lock off so you can change some lanes today. But good luck out there. This first race is going to be a fun one for everyone. So let's move on. I think we have, I don't know if Timothy is in the broadcast now. It looks like he is. I think we should go chat with him a little bit, see if the audio works, and see how he feels being on keyboard today. Oh, that doesn't look good. So maybe we won't go to Timothy. But yeah, we do have next week starting on Tuesdays. So Tuesday, February 11th is going to be the Solo Cup racing. It's a $10,000 prize pool. So everyone's just going to be on their own on that one. I'm sure there may be some people working together, but every man for themselves there. Then Thursdays, February 13th is the Derny Cup. 1 rider, physical 1 rider that's going to be on the keyboard working together. That's a $5,000 prize pool. And then we have the World Cup racing, which starts on Saturday, where the teams will go head to head, and that's February 15th, and that's a $15,000 prize pool. So a total of $30,000 on the line coming up next week, which everyone here is, getting ready for. Even if they're not riding physically, they're using the keyboards to try to get better at the races. Looks like Nigel, his room looks pretty nice, getting on the bike. I'm sure he's warmed up and ready to go. But yeah, these are going to be good races. So first up, we have 8 laps on Aqua Velo, which is the map you see right here. Low skill, 1-time multiplier. The abilities, everyone has corner caper, quantum shift, and uncrashable on at all times. And then there's 1 comeback kid, which will, if you use it and you're behind someone, it gives you extra power for 45 seconds until you pass someone or someone passes you. So you see that used in interesting ways. I know we have a lot of racers in here today, which I'm not used to because this is only my second time. And the first time we only had 5, and it looks like we might be at double that. So I'm excited for these races to get started. I know we have about 15 seconds left, so I'm not going to go to anyone and see what they're thinking because I'm sure everyone's ready to race and go at it. But it's nice to see Madi is in the stream. But yeah, here we go. They're starting up. Everyone's getting their bikes ready. They're pushing out for this first race, and there we have, I can't tell who's leading. Jeff here is up in the front. You see, though, what will happen is they'll get into groups here and try to go off the draft of each other because everyone can go through everyone. And You're right now. Jeff is in the front, but Jennifer and Timothy are right behind, and the group's staying together. But you see, Modi's making a big push up here, putting down the power. But I think it'll calm down for a little bit for these first few laps. You'll see everyone just kind of going through each other, morphing through, getting that draft, and pushing as hard as they can. So right now we have a group of about five, six, 7 people, all just right near each other. I'm sure it's going to go this way for every lap until the last one, and you'll see something happen. And there's Homer putting down the power to get up and be with the group as well. You don't want to fall behind here, because if you lose that draft and you pull off the back, then it's really hard to get back up without using your power up, which is most of the time people want to say fall off the back at the end and use it. Or, I mean, there's even tactics you can use as a team to keep up in the front or to try to stop someone else from using theirs. So right now, still everyone's calm, everyone's collected, everyone's just trying to get a good cadence, not push too hard, get that draft in so they don't have to wear themselves out. You'll see a big sprint at the end. Jeff fell back a little bit, so he uses his comeback kid to get back with the group here. He's just a few seconds behind, so he should reach, and he'll probably fly by a little bit because of the extra power will get him some extra speed. But once he hits this draft with that extra power, he'll probably shoot on by. But he's got to catch up a little bit. He's still a few seconds behind, but everyone is still really even here. I mean, nobody's trying to push too hard. No one wants to try to get this gap off. There's about 1 kilometer left. So everyone's just waiting to see if someone else makes a move, see how they react to it. I think these low skill races in the beginning, which it's low skill because you can't crash, but it's high skill mentally because you have to react to what everyone else is doing or try to do your own thing. And it's just trying to see how everything plays out. You can't really let it happen to you. You have to be like on point with what you're doing and how you're reacting to everything, or making the move yourself and making sure your teammates know what's going to happen, which can be a difficult thing. But we have about half a kilometer left now. I believe, I don't know how many laps that is. I'm not good with the laps, but Jeff pushes out and he gets way out in the lead. And you see Jennifer moves into second and uses her comeback kid. This could work really well because no one's passing her. She doesn't have the draft, but she's pushing really hard, and she will most likely catch and get the first place if the timing is right. But you have Modi right on her tail, and she loses it and crosses the finish line in first. So congrats to her. She wins the first race. I believe it was Jennifer, then not sure if it was Jeff or Modi who got second, but that was really well played. She got into second place with someone way off on the front, used her power up at the right time, and was able to come into first. And I think almost everyone finished that race. I don't know if Caleb was riding or not, but that was an amazing first race. You see the tactics used to use comeback kid at the right time, reacted perfectly. Let's go to her and see how she's feeling after that one. I know maybe a little tired, but we'll see how she feels after that first race.
Definitely tired. Jeff, when he went off, I was really excited about that because I know Timothy's on keyboard. We can't always make those crazy sprints on keyboard like that. So I was really happy he did. Saw the opportunity. I actually thought I finished it and there was a lap left. And so I stopped pedaling and I was like, oh no. But I still come back and so it was okay. Yeah, it went well.
Yeah, no, that worked really well. When I first saw you use the comeback kit, I thought someone was a little close behind you, so I was scared that it was gonna go away right away, because that sometimes happens. But no, that was really well played. Were you just hoping someone would make that move, or what was the plan going into it?
I wasn't expecting it at all, and then Jeff just came out of nowhere. And so I just seized the opportunity. I was also scared about the person behind me, but it just worked out. Sometimes it just does work out. So with those events, you never really know.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, congrats on the first win. Hopefully you can keep it up with the other ones. I know you said you didn't do too well this morning, but I'm sure you're going to kill it tonight. Let's move on to, I don't know if he got second place, but let's talk to Modi and see how he's doing. We haven't talked to him yet. Hey, Modi, how you feeling after that one?
Oh, good. That was tough. I was the guy behind Jennifer, and I mistimed my power up. So I followed Jeff, and then she came through me right after I hit the power up. So hers fired, and I just tried to stay in her draft. But I was doing, 900 equalized watts for 20 seconds. Big effort, but there was no way to come around. So she timed it perfectly. Good way to start off the Omnium, and excited to be racing this next course. It's my first non-replay race on it, so it'll be exciting to see what happens.
Yeah, hopefully you save some left pushing that that high power for that long. But no, you held up with her and got third. I wasn't sure if you got into second or not, but no, that was a lot of power. It's a good, even though it's only worth 1 point, like one-time multiplier, it's still good to get a few points under your belt right away and feel good for the next few races.
The glory. Those races, even with a low point multiplier, there's a lot of bragging rights, and it's called low skill, but it might be the highest skill thing that we're doing all night is timing that power up and that attack. So good job, Jennifer. Good job, Jeff. We'll learn from it. We'll watch it in the replay, and we'll try to copy it next time. So it's all good.
No, yeah, I understand that. If you look at my record, I think the only race wins I have are on the low skill events. So I understand about the glory of these low skill events. But congrats, and we'll see how things go on the next one.
Thanks.
I'm sure you have a lot of leg left. So, so for this next race, we have 4 laps of Cade Peak, which is a map that I haven't actually seen or ridden myself. So I'm excited to see how this one plays out. I'll be learning along with the people that are watching at home because I don't know anything about this map, but I do know it's a high skill event and it's a 2-time multiplier, and there's 1 weight lifted, 1 wind at your back, and 1 quantum shift. So we'll see how people use those. It looks like there is a climb in here, so maybe we'll see it. A lot of people like to just blast off right away, use their weight lifted and wind at your back and just blast off the line and go out, but I don't know how it'll shake out because I've never seen it race. Sometimes you learn kind of how it works out as it goes along. So again, I'll be learning at home with you guys. But 4 laps, I think this is the longest race. When I looked, they said it should average like a 20-ish minute race. So it's going to be a long one. You're going to hear me talking a lot. So hopefully you like the sound of my voice. Homeward Frame, thank you for saying awesome job. We have about a minute and 40 seconds left. Let's try to go to Timothy now because I think I saw that his camera was working. Talk to him, see how he's feeling, how his fingers are feeling with that keyboard action going on. Oh man, this is maybe I should
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, but your camera's frozen and it looked really good. Yeah, the camera's
frozen. Best. Yeah, get that out. Mr. Producer.
No, we gotta keep this on screen.
No. I can just talk. Let me fix my camera later. I'm really excited about this course. I raced it earlier in Zone K and L, and it's like I really love this course. It's like a perfect mix between like very technical and quite the power as well, and it's a long one as well. So it's a really good one to race. Lots of blocked lanes, some climbing, some descents, great sprint finish at the end. Yeah, I'm really a fan.
All right. Hopefully it will be good to watch at home. I'm excited to see it as well. Your fingers feeling warmed up and everything after that first race?
Oof, my plus key's hurting, but yeah, we'll figure it out.
All right. Sounds good. Good luck on this one. Keep those fingers churning. Keep that power down and see how it goes. Thanks. All right. So we have about 20 seconds left until the race starts. You see Daniel getting warmed up and ready to go. I'm just excited to see how it goes. Yeah, 10 seconds, you'll see everyone get to the starting lane. Everyone will you see them start cooking their legs up, spinning up, getting the power down and trying to push out and get the lead out in front. Everyone likes to push forward right away and get that lead. And I know Jeff on his keyboard, he's got the starts down. He pushes out harder than anyone. You see Daniel following it up. And it looks like Jennifer right behind. She's feeling it tonight. She's pushing out. She doesn't even want the draft. She's pushing out on her own, pushing 500 to 600 watts there. Moves out in front, and we'll see if she can keep this up for 20 minutes. But Daniel's a second behind, like right behind her. And then it's Jeff on keyboard, a few seconds behind that. And then Homer and Nigel even further behind. So Jennifer and Daniel are really laying the power down to try to keep up. Daniel's right on her tail, so He's getting a little bit of draft from her. I don't know if I saw any power-ups be used. She's moving over, doesn't want him to take the draft, but I don't think there's any wind on course this time, so that won't be affecting anyone. They slide out a little bit. That could have been a little scary because you can wreck on this one, unlike the first race. But they're pushing, and they're still, they're not laying the power down too much right now. I think they're just relaxing a little bit. They got out in front, but they're pushing under 300 watts right now. So they're not going too fast. You can see the speed differential of everyone else is going like 2 miles per hour faster. So they'll eventually catch up, but it's not too bad right now. I think if the other group works together, they can catch up. And it looks like there is a group of 4 people in the back that are just, pushing together. They can see them up the road, and I think they're ready to catch. And I think that although Daniel doesn't look like he wants that to happen, so you see Daniel pushing up this hill. I think Jennifer is going to push a little bit. Maybe if the group comes in, she can get in on the draft and push herself. But I think Modi wants to come up and Homer wants to come up because they want to help Daniel out since they're all on a team cognition. Ooh, Jennifer tries to move over for the block, although I don't know if she actually meant to block, but she could have. I think Timothy wants to come up and help her. So you have Nigel is in second now. Daniel's still pushing the pace a little bit, but I think the group they're all starting to catch up. Jennifer gets behind here. She needs to get up on a wheel to catch up. Oh, Modi and Nigel both go down on a rock right in the center. That's unfortunate. I did not even know the rocks were there, but the disabled lanes, that is what we were told to look out for. Modi and Nigel both use their power-ups. I think Modi uses the weight lifted. I'm not sure. I can't remember what these look like. And Nigel looks like he used the wind at your back to try to catch back up, get the pace going. And Timothy goes down in a corner. He might have just cooked it a little too hard. So yeah, this is a good mix of a longer race, but very technical. You have to watch on the corners, make sure you get in the right lane. You don't want to slide out into someone because it looks like these are pretty you can slide out on these corners here. But Daniel is still 7 seconds up the road, and he's still pushing. I think Daniel knows what he's doing here. I think he has a rhythm down. I think he knows the course really well. So he is pushing. He comes up out of the saddle with like 800 watts there. He is really wanting this win. And, I kind of hope he gets it because he's pushing hard. And I think Modi goes down again in the back and uses the power up to try to get back up. Timothy uses his, I think, wind at your back to try to get the speeds up. It helps. It like pushes like you have a wind behind you. So it helps you get that power and get your speed up without putting as much power down. Jeff goes down again in the back. He's on keyboard. I don't know if it's hard to gauge where you're at on keyboard. So, but Daniel about to cross the finish line on the first lap. We still have 3 laps left. This is a fun course. I think this will be people's favorites, even though it is very long. I think I would, after the 1 lap of this, I would be sitting on the side of my bike walking the rest of it. But Jennifer's still only a few seconds behind. She's got a little more speed going into it, so she can catch up a little bit here if she keeps the power down. I don't know if she used any of her power-ups, but Timothy is right next to her. You see them side by side here, Jennifer and Daniel. Daniel's still about 7 seconds up the road, but Timothy's right next to Jennifer. And if he can get in front, he can help pull her a little bit to save her legs a little bit, so that way she's not putting full power down the whole time. Because Daniel will be by himself at the front. He has to push the whole time by himself. He gets no draft, nothing to help. So, he'll be using a little more energy if Timothy can get in front and pull Jennifer. And I think that's what's happening. So, this could be good for Team Hive coming up. Kayla looks like, I think she's still on the bike. I think she's just resting a little bit today. I don't think she wants to push it too hard. She says she has a lot of classes that she's doing, so she's not trying to do too much. But Daniel's still putting the power down a little bit. Still has pretty good speed, but Timothy and Jennifer are starting to gain some ground. It looks like, just based on speed differentials, and Jennifer's not putting as much power down. It looks like Homer and Homer is only a few seconds behind, so he may want to try to catch up and get into that draft if they'll let him. I don't know if they will. I don't think these teams will want to work together, but we will see how that goes. Majestic Amari solution: strap a power drill to the gears and pretend to pedal. That is a good solution. I think I've actually thought of that before. It may work. Might have to come test it and see how it goes. Outterror says Team Kayla. Homeward Frame says go Jennifer. Lancerl Storm says come on Jen, focus your breathing, pedal faster. And Timothy, actually, fun fact about Timothy, if you look at, if you can see their heart rates, I don't know if you can, but Timothy is actually dead. He has no heartbeat at all. So, you know, it's sad to see, but you know, sometimes people, even when they die, they want to race on CVR. So, that's just a testament to how fun it is to race on this platform with physical equalization, that even if you don't have a heartbeat at all, you can race and compete on a keyboard. But he's still pulling Jennifer, whose heart rate is about a little under 190. So Daniel's heart rate is actually a little better. So he's not fully in the hurt locker yet, but oh, Daniel goes down. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he tried to change lanes or what. So that opens it up for Timothy to move through, and Jennifer goes down as well. Oh no, that's rough. So you had there was a perfect opportunity. Timothy moves through, but I'm not sure how it happened, but Jennifer went down, and now she's trying to put the power down to come back up. I don't think Timothy will try to push out too far ahead. I think that I don't know how it's going to go down, but I believe that Timothy will not want to just push out ahead and make Jennifer work all the way to get back. So he may employ some strategies to not go too fast and to slow other people down, so that way they can get up in a group, and he and Jennifer can finish 1 and 2 or finish higher up than where they're at. Because you know, you want to help your teammates, but Homer used the opportunity to get back up into third. He was in a trailing group trying to get back. Timothy, you can see he's right there, not helping Daniel. Daniel moves a few lanes over because he does not want to get blocked by Timothy. And they're still pushing hard. They're still figuring out. I think Daniel's weary of what Timothy's going to do. So he's oh, there it is. There's a good move. Timothy, and he pushes up so he doesn't get trapped. There, Timothy tried to wreck him there to try to get him. Jennifer is only a few seconds back from Timothy, so they're in a similar position to where they were even after all that wrecking. They're still in a similar position. It looks like Homer is right there with them too, trying to get a draft from Jennifer. Jennifer's back up to 191 heart rate, and Daniel's still only at like 184 on the equalized heart rate. Oh, and apparently, according to chat, this might be the 10th race that Homer has done today. So Homer is a beast, and he just wins automatically for being here and doing this 10 times in one day. I'm sure he gets a amazing workout. I don't know if I could do it, but that's incredible. So Timothy's back in front of Jennifer to give her a little bit of draft. Homer in second, and Daniel's about 2 seconds up the road from all of them. So if Jennifer can get on this wheel, it looks like she's about a second behind, trying to get in that draft. They're in a similar position they were before the wreck happened. They could have capitalized on it, but this course is technical, so you know, you have to watch every corner. I'm not sure what happened. It looked like it was just a change of lanes on accident for both of them. I didn't see exactly how it went down, but no one really gained much. No one really lost much, but Daniel is up on the front, and Homer gained a lot because he is 1 second behind. But no, this is good teamwork, good practice for the Derny racing with Timothy and Jennifer working together there. Timothy on keyboard, but you have Homer and Daniel who are on the same team, so I think Homer's gonna want to help Daniel out a little bit, since Daniel's been on the front pushing on his own. So now it's a battle of the teams. If one team can come back, but Homer and Daniel have about a 5-second lead right now, which could be difficult to come back from. We have less than half the race left. This is the third lap of 4. So Homer has earned the name the Terminator. He keeps going. I believe it. I don't think he might be a robot. You see, Daniel's very intense. He's into it. He's he wants to win this. He wants to keep fighting. He's a strong racer as well. Team Cognition has a lot of strong racers. I know even Modi's caught back up with Timothy and Jennifer. He's right there in the mix with them. So this could be, if Modi plays it right, they could go 1, 2, 3 for Cognition, but we'll have to see. I mean, there's still a lot of race left. A lot could happen. I don't know if we'll see another wreck. We might see a block. I don't know. But it looks like Modi is moving up past Timothy. Timothy's still on the keyboard trying to help Jennifer, but it looks like she's falling back a little bit, trying to get in that draft. Her heart rate's up pretty high, but so is everyone else. So everyone seems to. Oh, and Homer goes out in the corner. He just takes it a little too fast. Daniel moves through. You still have Modi there, but there's still a few seconds up on the track. So Homer should be able to get his speed back up and not have anyone pass him. But if someone did pass him, it would be Modi. So that's not a huge issue. I think if your teammate passes you, but you want to try to limit your mistakes so you don't have to push as hard and do extra work that's not needed. But it didn't go too poorly for him. Daniel's 7 seconds up the road from him, still leading. Daniel really knows how to hold on to these leads. Once he's in the front, he pushes super hard. But you have Homer and Modi, they can work together now. So I'm going to say that Homer crashed on purpose so that way he could come and help Modi push up and they can all go 1, 2, 3. But behind Modi, you still have Timothy and Jennifer. I think Timothy's about 2 seconds up from Jennifer. So Jennifer looks like she's falling off of his wheel a little bit. She can get in that draft. She can rest a little bit more to try to keep her heart rate down and everything. But no, it looks like they connected again, but they're still 7 seconds off the back. So they're going to need to push to get back up with Homer and Modi to try to get up into the second and third position. And Luis in the chat, why aren't you racing tonight? You should be in the races. But Timothy, he comes back, lets Jennifer get on his wheel, and they're pushing 500 watts. Jennifer's heart rate is the highest right now, but I think she still has a little bit of room to go. She's not at 200 yet. She's at 188, and she can push really hard on these. But you still have Daniel 5 seconds up the road from Modi and Homer. Modi and Homer are still working together, pulling each other, trying to make sure that they don't get caught by Jennifer and Timothy 5 seconds back. Behind that, you have Nigel. He's about 30 seconds behind in 6th place, and Kayla is riding, and she's a few minutes behind. I think, like I said before, I think she's just trying to get her legs going, not wanting to push super hard. She's been riding a lot, and don't want to push yourself too much when you're doing this. Just stay in shape and get yourself prepared for the World Cup's coming up. You don't want to hurt yourself before that happens. So, but right now, Modi and Homer are catching back up to Daniel, so they have 3 people that can all work together here. I'm sure Daniel's feeling it. His heart rate's only at 184, but he's been leading off the front with no pull for most of the race, even after going down. And they're about to link up and have a lot of drafts, be able to work together. And with 2 kilometers left, I'm sure that they see the end in sight. They see the 1, 2, 3 coming up on the scoreboard, taking as many points as they can for themselves and away from other people. Jennifer uses her, I think that's wind at her back, and starts pushing to try to keep up with Timothy, who's on keyboard, but just trying to keep up, to stay in his draft, to move up and get back with this group so that way they don't take all the points. It does look like, Luis, it could be 1, 2, 3. If it could be 1, 2, 3, 4 if you were in there, but it looks like that is how it's going to shake out. But there's still a lot left. You want to talk to your racer and got to get them motivated. Well, talk to them. I'm sure they're more than willing to listen. But yeah, Homer off the front with Modi, letting Daniel get the draft of them. Homer pushing 500 watts, Modi pushing about 400, and then Daniel at 300. Homer at 195 on his heart rate. Got to make sure you don't wreck here. That might end that 1, 2, 3 dream if they wrecked right there. But there's a little over a kilometer left to go, and you still have all the Cognition riders up front. And Jennifer uses her weightlifted, I believe, and you see Homer goes down again. And then Modi goes down. And Homer accidentally blocks Daniel. Oh my gosh. He came back up and accidentally blocked. They're still up the road a little bit. I think they'll still be able to push out, but Timothy and Jennifer, about 20 seconds or 10 seconds behind, but coming up fast because the Cognition had to build up their speed back up again. That's rough, but it looks like it still won't matter. I think they can still take this with 0.8 kilometers to go. Jennifer at 190 heart rate. Everyone else seems to be cooling back down 180s ish for everyone else in the race, except for Timothy, who still has no heart rate. So that's sad to see, but they're only about 6 seconds behind, so they may be able to do something. But Homer uses his weight lifted at the end here just to get his speed up, make sure that no one catches them. I think everybody on Cognition is just kind of just doing things for themselves to make sure no one gets caught. They don't want to wreck again. They just want to push up. They still have about a 9-second lead on 4th and 5th place. So Homer is coming to the ending stretch, puts some power down. Timothy uses his weight lifted to try to see if he can make up some time and pass at the end to take points away. But Homer pushing through, and he takes the win. And then you have Daniel, I think, coming right behind, and then Modi after him. But that was a good race. A lot of wrecks. That was incredible stuff. You see Jennifer comes through, gets 4th place. Timothy gets 5th behind her, letting her take it because she is riding physical and he's on the keyboard. And then you have that Nigel who's down the track a little bit, and then Kayla, who's still just, riding at her own pace to try to make sure that she's ready for next week and the races next week that are going to be worth money. So I think you'd rather work hard on those. Don't kill yourself now. Hurley, this is CVRcade. This is racing. Everyone's racing on bikes. What they're doing on their bike in the real world is happening in the game. But I think we should go to Homer and see how he feels after that one. That was a incredible race. Looked like it could go either which way with all the wrecks happening, but the 1, 2, 3 for Team Cognition. Let's see how Homer feels after that one.
Homer feels tired.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. It looked like it was a lot of work. I saw your heart rate go up to about 195.
Yeah, I had 3 other times today, and I crashed miserably on all of them. So I did much better. Well, I crashed once today, so I did a lot better.
Yeah, no, that was awesome racing. It's awesome team racing as well, and trying to capitalize on other mistakes and still, while if you make mistakes, still being able to come out on top of it. So that was really good. Was that your plan going through? Did Daniel say, "Hey, I'm going to push out super hard and then let you guys catch up to me," or was there a plan? Did it just work out that way?
I think it just worked out that way.
That's fair. That's fair. But I'll let you get your breath back a little bit more. I know you're tired, especially already racing it so many times today. So I'll let you get your breath back. Let's go see if Daniel's feeling it as well and see what his thoughts were during that race. Hey, Daniel.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to go hard off the front, see who I could pull with me. If Marty and Homer caught my wheel, then just turn it into a team time trial. If anyone else caught my wheel, I'll just make them suffer until they didn't have it anymore. And it ended up being the latter scenario. But Homer and Modi were able to come up in 2nd and 3rd, so I figured I would just keep an eye on what Tim and Kayla were doing, and just kind of relax, keep just a little bit faster than them, save some energy for the last few races, and just try and keep Cognition on 1, 2, 3 for the finish line. Worked out good.
Yeah, it worked out really well. So, no, I was surprised you pushed out on the front, and we've seen you push out on the front before and being able to hold it. So it looks like you still have it in you. You feel ready for next week with all the cups going on?
Yeah, I think so. I think the solo cup I'm probably going to hurt the most. I seem to thrive in more of a team environment. So we'll see how I do when I'm stuck fending for myself. I'll have to definitely employ some different strategies.
No, I'm sure you'll still do well. I mean, you took a lot of that on your own without any help. So, but good luck in these next races and next week when the World Cup and everything starts. I'm sure you'll kill it. I think we should move on to who's second right now. Let's talk to Jennifer. See how she's feeling after that race. It looked like you were pushing it pretty hard. Wait, is your mic
Yeah, I
back
was
on?
really.
Okay, there it is.
Is it working
Sorry.
or no? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's working.
I was really excited until the crash, and I would complain about the crash, but like almost everyone crashed, so I really can't say that was why I didn't do as well as I wanted to. That is so like it's so fun when a new map comes on because like you have to learn all the like ins and outs of it, and it's really fun when everyone's messing up. So I love it. I love the new track. Yeah, I went all right. So.
Yeah, you're still in second place, I think, overall. So, you feel like you have it left in you to finish well on these next two courses.
We'll see. I know my legs never know until the third and fourth races, so I could tell you after the next one. But Timothy's been really helpful, so hopefully we can attack the middle.
Yep, I think that's always the plan on this one. So, good luck on these next races.
Thanks.
We may be back to you if you win them. So the next map coming up, we have 4 laps of Attack the Middle, high skill event, 2.5 times multiplier. There is wind on course, and the power-ups that the racers have, they have 1 quantum shift and 1 razor's edge. And quantum shift could be really good on this because as the title of the map is Attack the Middle, that's exactly what they have to do. There's a lot of parts where there's only 1 lane right in the middle that you have to go on, and if you don't, you wreck. So I think a lot of people will probably use the quantum shift to make sure that they do not wreck in those situations. This is a fairly new map, I believe. Hasn't been raced very much. I think this is only the second time that I know of that it's been raced. But it should be fun to do and fun to watch because of all the wrecking that might happen just because of people being blocked in or needing to get to that center lane to stay at the front and not get dropped off the back. So this one, especially in the beginning, you'll see people push out really hard to try to get the first position, and you don't want to be caught behind anyone on this one. So quantum shift will help with that. But there's about 10 seconds left, so we're about to move to the starting line. You'll see everyone gear up, their legs start moving. They're gonna try to get their wattage, their equalized watts up as high as they can as they go, so they can get right into the front. No one wants to be left in the dust. I can't tell. Daniel is up on the front. He really likes to push that. Jennifer right behind him. They're right in the middle. I can't tell who got in the front. Looks like Jennifer got right in front of him right before it happened. So she's in prime position here to keep the lead. The only problem is with wind on course, it's going to be really difficult. And you don't want to slide out. You don't want to wreck. It looks like, Daniel, might have been a keyboard issue where Daniel goes down because he slides out a little bit there. Jennifer's still in a really good position. She's about a second up on everyone. Oh, Modi tries to slide out and hits Timothy. So now you have in the front, you have Timothy and Modi, and then Nigel right there that moves through Timothy using quantum shift because I'm sure Timothy might have been trying to block there. But Jennifer's still a few seconds, looks like 2 seconds up. Looks like her legs are feeling pretty well. This is not a super long race, so she's just got to try to keep it up, stay in the lane, hope that everyone else used their quantum shift. Timothy's trying to get up and gets right behind Nigel. Nigel is right behind, just gets slowed down a little bit on Jennifer's wheel. I think he's going to try to get in front there. He uses his power up, his razor's edge, to try to gain some speed. Jennifer matches with her razor's edge to try to get the same speed so she's not left behind. I know that she said she was feeling it and she probably wants the help from Timothy, but in certain situations you just have to push and hope that you don't get left behind. But Nigel, it looks like he didn't work super hard on the other one, so I think he has a lot left in him. The heart rates are pretty similar, around 190 for both these racers. Timothy's right on Jennifer's wheel. He might try to move in front to help her a little bit, but we'll have to see if they are able to get that done. There is a lot of wind. Yes, it's super strong wind on this fin. There you see Timothy move ahead, and now he's going to pull Jennifer a little bit. They are 4 seconds up the road from Homer, and the rest of the pack is about 20 seconds behind. But Nigel is 5 seconds up the road right now. Yeah, this is a high technical course. I mean, you could just stay in one lane the whole time, but if you get trapped behind, you have to make some moves. You have to try a little harder. Timothy looks like he has to slow down a little bit to try to help Jennifer out. I think she might be feeling it, not able to push super hard, or with the wind going on, it's going to be super difficult. But they're just going to try to, I think, keep this position. You have Homer from Team Cognition coming up. He's got a lot of speed. The difference between speed is about 5 kilometers per hour. And he's coming up. He might try to go around here. I'm not sure. Oh, he uses his quantum shift. See, this is where it's really good. You have an obstacle coming up and you quantum shift right through, and boom. Now Homer is in second place, didn't get blocked, doesn't have to worry about changing lanes or anything. And Nigel goes down up on the front. I'm not sure what happened there, but Nigel goes down. He might have slid out or something. I don't know how it happened, but that might be big for Homer to come up and try to take some points away, but it looks like Nigel caught back up with the speed. Timothy lets Jennifer go by. Jennifer is still, she's not pushing super high amount. I think her legs are feeling it, so I think she's just trying to get through and finish. And you have another Team Cognition rider, Daniel, coming up right behind. I don't know if he has his power-ups or not. I guess we'll see once he comes up if he pushes out super hard, but he goes out to an outside lane because you can go through any 3 of these to push. And he gets around. I think he's trying to push out a little bit so he doesn't get caught, and he moves up into 3rd place. So you have Nigel in first, 5 seconds up the road. Homer, Nigel in first place, Homer 5 seconds behind him, 5-6 seconds behind him, then Daniel a few seconds behind him, and then you have Timothy and Jennifer in 4th and 5th place here. I think Jennifer does look like she is feeling it. She's not being able to push as hard, so hopefully she can bring it back for the next. But looks like Timothy may be feeling it as well. I know his fingers get tired from hitting the plus button on his keyboard. So it looks like he's having a difficult time. Looks like he's sweating. He needs to wipe that sweat away and get back into it, get that mindset right. But Nigel's pretty far up the road now. And Timothy goes down. I think that might have been on purpose just to be funny. I'm not sure. But you have Nigel in first place. Yeah, he wants to deny it, but he knows. Nigel in first place, who's close to the finish, about 0.3 kilometers away from winning, followed by Homer and Daniel from Team Cognition here. Homer's still, this is his 4th time racing, and he's still pushing it. He's got a lot in him. I think the Terminator really works for his nickname. And then you have Jennifer in 4th place. So we'll see how the points shake out here. That might put, I think Homer will be definitely maybe on top. I don't know with this point multiplier. Nigel crosses the finish line, gets 1st place. Homer uses his power up, his Razor's Edge, to just gain some speed at the end here. And Daniel a few seconds behind him to get 3rd. So you have Nigel 1st, Homer 2nd, and Daniel is going to get 3rd, followed by Modi and then Jennifer in 5th, and then Timothy and Kayla to round it out after that. Everyone had kind of a few second gap. It wasn't, everyone was within a few seconds of each other, but no one was really in a group here. But that was a good race. You see a lot of different tactics, even crashing. Nigel still kept it up. So we'll wait a little bit to talk to him. I'm sure he's tired, but you can see a lot of different dynamics with that's another new one that's really good. And then we're about to return to an old classic here in Dust Bowl Crit, which is everyone's favorite map, which this one doesn't have obstacles, but there's normally a lot of wrecking because people cook the corners really hard. So let's go. I gave him about 10 extra seconds. So let's go. If Nigel is in the stream, let's see how he's feeling after that race. Hey, Nigel.
Hello.
Hey,
Can you hear
how
me?
you? Yeah, we can hear you. How was that race? Did it work out the way you wanted to? Was that your plan from the beginning?
Yeah, no, that was very pleasing. The plan there was to get away at the start because it's very congested at the start and just sort of get into a rhythm. I did crash once, just going a bit fast and slid over, but apart from that, I was going really well.
Yeah, I saw the crash happen, but it didn't really affect anything. I think you were far enough up the field. You gained that speed back pretty quick and still didn't get past. So it looked like it
Yeah.
worked out pretty well. So congrats on that win. I'm not sure how the points shake out now, but you got a lot of
I'm in
points in that
second
one.
place
So
after Homer.
you're second place. Okay. Well, you got one more race to get that first. You feel confident in your ability on Decibel Crit?
I don't know. It's very warm here, hence no top on. I don't know. It's about 28 degrees Celsius here, so it's very warm in my garage. I'm suffering.
Yeah. Well, I guess you don't have to worry about warming up. You already have it set for you, but
Yeah, well,
but hopefully.
I got home from work just 5 minutes before we started, so it was a bit of a rush job to get changed and get on my bike.
Yeah, well, it looks like it's still, working out. You're still pushing hard, and see how this next race goes. Good luck on it. I'm sure there's a lot of people rooting for you, especially without the jersey on. People are liking what they see. So, good luck
Right.
and congrats,
Right.
congrats on that win. All right, so yeah, next up we have, like I said, Dust Bowl Crit. It's 3 laps, a highly technical course. It's a high skill event with a 2-time multiplier. Everybody has 1 uncrashable, 1 underdog, and 1 weight lifted. I don't remember exactly how underdog works, but I'm pretty sure like the more people you have in front of you, the more power it gives you when you use it. So it's kind of like a comeback kid, but I think it doesn't last for as long, and it gives you more power depending on how many people are ahead of you. And it's only like a few second thing, not a 45-second thing like comeback kid is. But about 2.5 minutes before, let's go to Timothy and see how he feels after that race. I'm sure he likes talking to us a lot and likes me making fun of him during the stream as well. So, Timothy, how did that race feel?
Oh, I'm dead, Sebastian style. I'm dead. My fingers cramping all 10 of my fingers, even though I only need 1 for the plus. But yeah, no, it's really fun. It's so different racing on keyboard, trying to help a teammate out instead of just physically racing. Because I did both zones earlier, and yeah, it's nice to just stay up and do this one on keyboard. Yeah, the grind never stops. The grind never stops.
Yeah, if it's a Sebastian style dead, then you're definitely going to win this next race. If there's anything I know about a Sebastian saying he's dead, it's a win for the next race.
Yeah.
So we'll be looking out for that.
We'll see if I can add after that.
Yeah, but it was you and Jennifer have been working really well together. I'm sure that was the plan going in. So do you know? Are you guys going to be journey partners for the actual thing, or do you know is it going to be you and Ben, or how is that going to go?
We haven't really discussed who's going to be racing with who as journey partners. So I'm definitely going to be a journey and not a physical rider. So yeah, we'll see, because we also have Glenn on the team as a journey rider. So we'll see how we split up. I'm not too sure about that yet.
No, okay. I just wasn't sure, but good luck on this next
Me neither.
race. Get that plus button ready again, and
it's ready.
Get that towel ready. Drink some water. Stay hydrated.
Oh, I'm out of water.
Get that heart rate up, because I saw that your heart's not beating right now, and I was scared for a little bit.
I should put my heart rate monitor up. That would be fun.
You should.
Yeah, I'll do that.
We need to see how it changes based on what happens. But
yeah,
good luck on this next one.
Thanks, man.
So we have about 30 seconds left until this next race starts. And again, highly technical. There's no obstacles on course, but we'll probably see a lot of crashing. We have, I think Homer is in front. overall right now. So Homer's in first, and Nigel is in second. I didn't see who was in third. Lanceri Storm, do the racers read chat, or are you blabbing on for no reason? Sometimes they read chat, sometimes they don't. A lot of times they just race, but some of them have chat open. Here we have right now. They're in the gate. They're about to push off. We'll see who gets out in front first. Daniel always pushing super hard. You have Daniel and Modi together, and then Timothy and Nigel and Homer right behind. Everyone's just kind of close. It looks like Jennifer's a few seconds behind with the bots, but trying to put the power down to catch back up. Got to make sure you don't cook it too hard in the corners here. But she looks like she's just a second off the back. So if she gets right in there, she can get a little bit of draft from Homer there. You have Timothy in front. Said he was dead, but there he is in front. Daniel in front of Nigel. Nigel moves out of the way. He says, I don't want to be right behind you. I want the draft, but I don't trust that you won't block me. We have, Nigel goes down and Modi goes down. I think Nigel may have slid out into Daniel. Modi might have just took it a little too hard. So Jennifer moves up into fourth place here. You have Daniel and Timothy, and then Homer in third, just a few seconds off the back. Here they have this little downhill part. It goes left and right, and they're depending on how fast you go, if you don't hit the brakes, a lot of people can slide out and wreck here. Timothy gets right next to Daniel and makes him wreck, and Homer is in second now. Daniel is in third. Jennifer's just a few seconds behind. If she was a little closer, she might have been able to take advantage of that, but still it puts her closer to being in that top spot. Thank you, IT guy, for the nice commentary. It's only my second time ever doing this. I also read the chat sometimes and try to explain it, but Timothy is up on the front, a few seconds ahead of Homer, who's still pushing super hard. 700 watts right now. Daniel with 600 watts right behind him, and Jennifer in fourth, pushing just 200 to 300 watts. Modi's trying to catch up to pass her. Nigel and Kayla use I think it's their underdogs. I don't know. I don't know what it looks like, so I can't really tell you. But it looks like she's putting a lot of power down for what she's doing. But Timothy's still just pushing on the front, keeping the speed that he's going, keeping the 365 watts that you get with keyboard. And Homer in second place, pushing his 500 watts physically. Look, Timothy, he's just having a laugh, giving a thumbs up like it's nothing, making Homer suffer for actually riding his bike. And for the fourth time he's done it. That's just rude. Like, you gotta think about other people sometimes, okay? See, so everyone knows here that Timothy is a bad person, and he's making everyone else work harder than they need to. And see, he can't even say anything to defend himself because there's no defending that. Homer slides out all the way to the edge and still pushes through, doesn't slip up. He's putting down like 600 to 700 watts still. He is absolutely destroying it right now, trying to keep that speed up. He sees Timothy in front of him, and he wants to take that first spot. He's like, you don't get that from me. And Timothy doesn't want to give it to him. See, Timothy just wants everything for himself here. He can't even win the overall, and he's trying to take it from Homer. But if it finishes this way, I think Homer takes first place here. Kayla, down in sixth place, uses her weight lifted, just she might be going up a hill or just want to use it to try to gain some speed. And Homer's really, really racing a good race on, like, physically right now. He's pushing through, hitting the corners just right. And yes, Homer frame it is amazing. Keyboarder racing a person on a bike. Beth York would be on track. I think she had a visit to a Peeps factory, so she couldn't make it. She's gone all week just visiting this Peeps factory. And then Jesper isn't here because I think he had a calculus course that he had to teach. I'm not sure. I think that's what the case was. But here comes Homer around these little bends. Modi's going down this slope where you have to watch your corner speeds coming up, but you have Timothy in front for Team Hive, and then you have Homer and Modi second and third for Team Cognition. Nigel just moved up into third, and Daniel Rex, I think, on that spot that I've talked about a few times. We're about halfway through the racing here, and things are still cooking. Homer's still pushing 700 watts. That's 175 equalized heart rate. He's the Terminator. Nothing. it doesn't even matter. He's just pushing. But now his heart rate goes up a little bit now, but he's still pushing the pace, trying to catch back up. He sees Timothy there. He's got to still race his race. Make sure you don't wreck. But he sees that keyboard rider, and he's like, "Look, I don't care if you're on a keyboard. I'm still stronger than you are, and you're hitting the plus button. It's a lot harder for you than me riding this bike." So I think Homer's got this in the bag. Doesn't matter. They're about 6 seconds, 4 or 5 seconds up off the front. Actually, sorry, that's 15 seconds up off the front. I can't read sometimes, but Timothy's still, still kind of like what is that, like when they have like racing and they have something out in front. There's probably a term for it that everyone knows, and it's a term in bike racing as well, but I don't know it. But he sees Timothy and he's using it to push himself. And I don't know if Timothy's meaning to do that, but it's working. I think Timothy's just trying to be cruel and let him get a little closer and then push up super hard so he works even harder. That's what I'm going to go with. And that's what, Timothy's agreeing that he's just trying to be cruel. So this is the last lap, it looks like, of Dust Bowl Crit for everyone. Timothy's still 5 seconds up off the front. Modi uses his power-ups, so Uncrashable and his Underdog, to try to catch back up. He's about 10 seconds behind from Homer. I don't think Homer wants to wait for him too much. I think Homer just wants to race his race because he sees Nigel is really close to Modi as well, and I don't think he wants Nigel to come past him, because if Nigel wins this race, it is a pace car, but I think is that what they use? Do they use a pace car? I'm not well versed in this. I'm just here. I'm just talking to talk, I guess, right now. But Homer's been really pushing. Like, I'm impressed with Homer. He just put like 1,200 watts down on this one. Like, it's incredible. But he goes through, he uses his weight lifted on that one, and he's starting to gain some ground. Modi and Nigel are right next to each other. I think they might be, I don't even know if they're drafting each other or what's going on. No, they're right next to each other, climbing up this hill. I think Modi gets in front, tries to not necessarily block, but make sure he doesn't slide out onto him, maybe slow him down a little bit. But slowing down on this part can actually help, because you don't want to slide out in this corner. Now they need to slow down a little bit. Modi cooks it a little hard and wrecks right there. Nigel moves on through into third. So Homer's about 14 seconds up from Nigel, and Timothy, using his weight lifted up this hill, still 5 seconds up from Homer. He better just stop and let everyone else get the. No, I actually don't think it'll change up the points too much depending on what he does. But I kind of want to see him wreck now, just because he's been doing this. But you see, you have Homer, who's still up. I don't think unless he makes a mistake, I think that Homer will take this and then take the overall Omnium, and his 4th time doing this Omnium, which is just incredible. It's insane to think about. I have a tough time riding 1, so seeing Homer ride 4 like it's nothing. I mean, you just, hats off to him. I think everyone should just do a round of applause for him being able to come in and push this hard. And see, Timothy's doing a round of applause while racing and beating him. That's just rude. But Timothy may take this win. He said he was dead. I told him he had to win, so I guess he's doing that. But he may slow down at the end. Who knows? Homer uses his Uncrashable, and yeah, there it is. So, like expected, he's trying to. There he goes. Gives Homer the win. Lets everyone else cross by. So you have Homer in first. Nigel, who's 10 seconds behind, I think he's going to cross next, coming around the last corner, and then now it's just a straightaway. And then Daniel with Team Cognition behind him, then Modi behind him, then Kayla, then Jennifer to round it out. About a minute behind on course for Kayla and Jennifer. I think they might have just been making sure that they finished the last race. Homer is a robot. That's true. But sorry, I was trying to read chat. I shouldn't have read chat because I can't read and talk at the same time, apparently. But you have Daniel coming in on the last straightaway, and then Modi is behind him. They're just relaxing it out to the end. They know that there's no reason to push super hard. Just get a cool down here. There you have it. and then Kayla and Jennifer back further on track. So let's go see. I think I've given a little bit of time. If Homer's there, we're gonna see if he's still tired, if he's invigorated after winning that race and winning, I believe, the overall Omnium, or how he's feeling now. Hey, Homer, can you hear me?
Yeah, thank you for thanks to Timothy for that race. I appreciate it. Thank you, Timothy.
Nah, you don't thank him. He wasn't being nice. He was no, but that was incredible racing. You were pushing really hard. I saw you go up to like 1200 watts there at the end. I don't know. Hats off to you. That was incredible racing. How does it? I don't know how you do it with so many races beforehand, but yeah, that was awesome. So like I don't know. Did you feel like you had it in you coming in to put a performance like that down?
Strangely, I feel a little stronger in the evening than I do in the morning. So I'm not sure why that is, but it does seem to work out for me. So
yeah, definitely look stronger. You get a nap in before you do that, or how does that work out?
I do lots of naps.
I need to do more. If it can help me win some races, I need to take some more naps myself. But congratulations on the win and the overall Omnium win. That was a heck of a performance, and it looks like Daniel got third. So you got 2 Cognition riders on the podium, which is really good for the teamwork coming into it. I think Cognition has won both the times that I've commentated, so maybe I'm a good luck charm for Cognition here.
Okay, thanks, Aaron.
Yeah, yep, no problem. All right, so wow, this is incredible racing. You have Homer got first place, then it was Nigel in second, and Daniel in third for the overall Omnium there. A lot of good racing, a lot of good storylines, the fun tracks. You got to see the new one, Cade Peak, which I hadn't seen before, which looks like it's going to be an incredible one to race. Attack the Middle, which is a newer one, which also incredible to race because there's a lot of different things you can do. And I think Quantum Shift needs to be is a necessity on that track. If you don't have Quantum Shift, then I don't know. I feel like that's just would be almost impossible to get around people. So I think it worked out really well. But here you see some of the highlights. Cade Peak, people wrecking all over the place. There's a lot of wrecks, a lot of, a lot of pushing, a lot of people out on the front, a lot of wrecks that I didn't even expect to see. But it worked out really well. I think Cognition took 1, 2, and 3 on that one. And it is on Xbox. CVR World Cup in the chat here will let you know about everything there. But yeah, Homer pushed really hard and taking the win and everything. It was incredible racing today. I have no words. I mean, a lot more things for me to talk about, a lot more people for me to talk about than the first time. I think there was only 5 the first time, and there was a lot more this time. So it was a lot of fun. I hope everyone at home enjoyed it. Yeah, we had Aqua Velo, then Cade Peak, then Attack the Middle, and Dust Bowl Crit. So a lot of high skill events on this one, a lot of high point multipliers. So this could have gone any which way. And you saw a lot of wrecks, which is always fun for the people watching, not so much for the people racing. But Universal Modder says GG Homer. But yeah, so just incredible stuff. I guess I will reiterate while these replays are going that the Solo Cup racing starts next Tuesday, February 11th. $10,000 prize pool, every person for themselves. Everyone wants to win that money. I'm sure that people will still try to share it with each other if they're on a team, if they help each other, try to get the money so they can get more money all together. I don't know how it's going to work out or if that's even how it's going to play out. I don't know all the rules yet for everything, but you have the Derny Cup also starting next week, Thursday, February 13th, with a $5,000 prize pool. And that's going to be one. You saw a little bit of practicing there with Timothy and Jennifer, where you have one rider that's on a bike and one rider that is on a keyboard working with each other. So that'll be fun to watch. $5,000 on the line there. And then the World Cup racing, which is the team event where every team is going to be facing each other. That has $15,000 on the line, and that starts next Saturday, February 15th. But now you see the last replay, you see Homer pushing hard, doing well. I think this is where Modi goes, slides out on the edge, just going a little too fast. You can see he's upset with himself there, but this was really good racing. I hope that everyone in the chat that wants to get into the beta gets into the beta. I'm sure you will. It's a lot of fun. Even if you're not riding on a bike, just being able to race in general is a lot of fun. All the power-ups, it's like, I don't know. I've had fun with it. I've never done anything with biking in my life before, and coming in and doing this, it's been a blast. But you have, again, Homer gets first, then Nigel, then Daniel to round out the top three. And you have Modi, then Jennifer, Timothy, and Kayla, and Jeff down below. I didn't win any races, but I'm still on there, so I'm going to consider that a win. But thanks for watching. This was Zone T for the run-up racing for CVRcade. My name is Aaron, and we'll see if they let me back to do this again. I don't know if I made fun of people too much or what, so they may cut me off from doing this ever again. So I had a good night. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and I know the racers enjoyed racing. So until next time.
But no, Beth, yours goes crashing down. Determination, the suffering, the ability to... And she's unleashed everything in this attack. See just how much that win means to him. All the marvels. Kayla versus Allison, and to the line. Kayla Laguna takes the victory.